Well, hello there to all of my Virgos. This is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your message. Happy full moon, happy full hunter's moon, and it's also called ice cold moon, all that other names. You can go to the Farmer's Almanac to find out the different names, the various names of this moon, right? But happy super moon. Don't forget to put out your gemstones and crystals. You can also harvest herbs at this time. You can also make moon water for those of you all who like to make moon water. Also make protective amulets. You can cleanse and charge your tools under the moonlight. Those are some of the things that you all can do. But the full moon may be a time for intuition and creativity, but also for workers associating and banishing and letting go of some things, right? What I'm picking up for you all, Virgos, is depending on your moon sign, because I'm seeing moon here. Depending on your moon sign, you may not feel nurtured you may or may not feel nurtured being in hermit mode, right? Depending on, you may feel like you're left out of things. Find out what your moon sign is. If it's a divine masculine sign, like a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, right? You may really crave that kind of, I want interaction with people. I want to sit around warm, like it's a warm fireside chat, or if your moon is a fire sign. It may really nurture you to be out kind of communicating, talking to, but otherwise you can feel like you're kind of sort of left out. All I would say to that, is obviously all Virgos are not the same, right? Everybody has a sun sign, a moon sign. What works for one Virgo may not work for another Virgo. And this is the beauty of pulling your own birth chart and really connecting with that full moon energy and just saying, this is a great time for me to kind of like do little things around the house, come in at a certain time so I'm not out there with people driving all wild in the street and acting crazy, those kind of things, because it is a hunter's moon. And just the name hunter, for real, could really just feel like people are out driving extra fast. Like, okay, where in the world are they trying to get to, right? What is going on? They got to be here. They're zipping around extra fast and all this other stuff. So a light for you came on. And maybe even hearing something, and just basically like just the power that you have of just keeping energies out of your business, right? Maybe a light came on for you. It's like, as much as you like to communicate, maybe that nervous energy gets even more nervous during full moon, right? Because it can give you extra energy. And so when you look at stuff like, okay, you don't want to be the hunted, right? That's a triggering word for a lot of people, especially if you're thinking, okay, I use it in another video about like slave masters and slave catchers, right? And I'm kind of sort of referring to like Ephesians 6, where it starts out with saying kids should honor their parents, and then it goes on to say something about parents don't, or fathers don't exacerbate your kids or irritate your kids or something like that. And then it starts talking about slaves and slave masters, right? That word is very triggering for a whole lot of people, but in almost every culture and race, people have experienced slavery, right? And so for my readings, and I tell people ahead of time, I take it all the way down to the lowest frequency, because we don't want anybody to feel like they're left out of anything, right? Because some people really are sitting at home feeling like they're left out of everything, and feeling like, okay, nobody's telling me this, nobody's telling me the secret to how to make money, nobody's telling me the secret of how to grow my abundance and prosperity. And I can assure you, with your meticulous nature, Virgos, it doesn't really matter what your past is. People gonna believe what they want to believe about you. If somebody told them you could be the picture perfect person to a whole lot of other people, all people have to do is hear one negative thing about you and they're gonna believe it, because there's no way in the world you could be the poster child for this or the poster. There's no way. So you're gonna always have half people that are gonna believe it, half people are not gonna believe certain things. So, and then with technology, people copying people's voices or altering their picture, doing all kinds of crazy mess, people are going to believe what they want to believe. I'm looking at your cards here, and some people think that you're incredibly compassionate, right? And and very responsible, right? There are going to be some people who are going to say that you're responsible for doing horrible things. There are going to be people that are saying you're responsible for doing great things. It really is a matter of perspective, right? So looking at your cards here, a light has been turned on for you that people are going to believe what they want to believe. They're going to believe what they want to believe about you. You can either sit there and give yourselves a headache. And the only reason I'm using the word headache is the moon is in Aries. And when the moon moves through Aries, it could affect your head. It could affect your teeth, your tongue, and your arteries. When it moves into Taurus, it could affect your neck, your vocal cords, your throat, your thyroid gland. When it moves into Gemini, it could affect your shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and also your lungs. So y'all get the whole point is you could be significantly different than another Virgo because your moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. And so you could be a Virgo who, you know, where you get you're fully illuminated on something. You could get like, I need to talk, I need to do this. Another Virgo could be like, nah, or somebody else whose moon could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Somebody else could have a moon in Virgo, could want to just retreat. They need time to process things, right? So that's why you don't want to overstep boundaries with people who they know how to nurture themselves. Some people are like, oh my God, that's so strange. They stay in the house all the time. They may go out. They may be very selective of when they're going out. A purpose. They have a purpose to go out. They go out and get what they need to get done and then go in the house and retreat, right? Especially around full moon time. And they could be just as responsible. That's called time management. Whereas some people, they feel like they need to be out of the house and they manage their time. That's time management for them as well. They may know how to manage their time being out of the house most of the time. So either or, you can respect it, right? There's no such thing as a perfect human being. So somebody wanted to end your star. Somebody wanted to end your 11th house, okay? And this is somebody in your family who has always made you feel left out of things, right? It could be a Taurus, you know, in your family. When you go into hermit mode, somebody could always make you feel like you left out of things. Their sun or moon sign could be Taurus. We're looking at 5th house, and they always could be like, oh, I was just playing, and I should have told you. You didn't know. Like somebody has that kind of family member, but outside of that, you have encountered the same type of spirit in your personal and your professional life. Somebody leave your name off of an email at work. Oh, I thought you got it. You didn't get, oh, wow. Next time I'll let you know, right? So you're going to choose to believe what you want to believe or not believe. It's up to you. Or somebody in your family could have said, oh, I thought you got the text message. Everybody else got the text message. I was wondering where you are. But in all that wondering where you were, did anybody think about picking up a phone and calling you, right? Bottom line is, when you know how to nurture yourself, we're talking about your moon sign. Somebody is saying, you know, they were in a pinch. Somebody's going to tell you that they were in a pinch, and that's why they left you. Oh, we were just joking around. We were just playing. You know, everybody, you know, we were just pressed for time. We were in a pinch, all of this other stuff. And then you get to choose what you believe or what you don't believe, okay? Because somebody is a magician, and so somebody's responsible for doing something behind your back in your own family because they always saw you as competition. I mean, that's just on that. They always saw you as competition. They've always seen you as the star of the family. So it's always jokes when you feel left out of something, right? So let this be the last time it's a joke, okay? You're not a joke. You work too hard. Something about your energy has always stood out. Maybe you're the only girl, only boy in your family. Maybe you're the oldest. Maybe you're the youngest. Something about your energy. Maybe you're the first grandchild. Maybe you're the first granddaughter, first grandson. Y'all know how people do with the first. Maybe you're the first person in the family that graduated from college. Maybe you're the first doctor. Maybe you're the highest ranking officer in the military. Maybe something is going on with you that you're the first of something. And so you know quickly when people see you as competition. There's a difference between being around people who are no respecter of person. They would treat you, let's say you were in the military, if you were E1 or you were a 4-star general, whatever. They no respecter of person. Thank you for your service. They don't see you as competition. But you also know in your own family where there's some people who, you know, giving you the eye rolls, looking you all up and down and all this other stuff and trying to be slick and sneaky and inviting you to have stuff because you were getting too much attention. Getting way too much attention. First it was cute to bring you in, to invite you to something, because that got them some highlight, some attention. But when it came to people asking where you were and wasn't asking about them, people are excited to hear about your story. They want to know about what's going on with you, Virgo. All of a sudden, people start forgetting to, invite you to stuff. So a lot of people deal with that in your own family. As long as you're doing good, or you're new to something, but when you first wake up, you've seen that spirit before. You've recognized that spirit before. Sometimes even in your office space, oh, this person is new, let me show them the ropes, because it shines the spotlight on them. But as soon as you don't need them to show you the ropes anymore, all of a sudden you got something down packed, you good, you don't need to ride with them, you don't need to go to lunch with them to get the updates, because being seen with you brightens their star. Y'all get the point, Virgos? Being seen with you brightens their star. They get to get the scoop and tell everybody first, to give their narrative. They give their side of the story about you. You're now waking up to certain things. These energies exist in every family. They literally exist in every family. Once you get that down pat, that these energies exist in every family, outside of your family will be a piece of cake. Literally, it will be a piece of cake. Because it's like, okay, you're the new person. Everybody want to show you around because it actually raises their stock, right? But as soon as you start going places without them, all of a sudden, everything that you shared with them now becomes topic of conversation, because they got to keep people in the loop, but they got to keep it in an unhealthy, wounded way. Oh, they was going through this, and they was going, yeah, I was trying to be there for them. Child, look. Listen, anyway, Source is trying to tell you, hey, look, a light came on for you in hermit mode. Keep people out of your business. This them now. This not you anymore. This is them. This is them. If you can get that in your brains, Virgo, hey, you're ahead of it. Keep people out of your business, Virgo. This is you. You're growing your money in your house. Look at somebody may have a money tree in their house. This is you. And guess what? Your money is about to grow even bigger. You got big money coming across your path, because as soon as you peak people's energy, you've dealt with this so many. All stars deal with this. Every single person who know there is a star, they the first grade. Y'all know how people had their first child. All of a sudden, the baby's made of glass, child. Oh my God! Everybody put towels on the corner of the table, because the baby, they fall down, child. They swear up and down. They gotta take the baby to the emergency room. It's first parent's child, right? The first parent's child. They treat the baby like they glass, like they porcelain. The first grandchild. Oh my God! Everything they do is cute. Right, they could set a fire in the middle of the living room. Oh my God, that's the cutest little fire I ever seen. Right, but here come the second, third, fourth, or the youngest. The youngest, by the time the youngest come along, depending on how many babies there are, the parents just worn out. They ain't see nothing. They ain't hear anything. The youngest be cussing the parents. I mean, not cussing them out. They don't go to that link, but they just, buck back up at the parents, say stuff to the parents. The parents are like, well, we're on our non-confrontational journey. We're on our non-confrontational tour with the youngest, right? And so people know stars in the family. People know stars in the family, but you also are starting to realize who is shady. You're starting to realize who is shady. They always say, I was just playing. Oh, I didn't tell you. Oh, God, I thought I had told you. And I thought, okay, they can keep the invitation. You know your worth and you know your value. Now they outside of your life. They can keep the invitation. Please don't invite me to the next thing, because they be grateful that you even showed up, because now people are asking about you. I'm telling y'all, Virgos, your money about to grow. I'm telling you, about to get big money, because you're keeping people out of your business. You're starting to really, even if you are a fire or an air sign, you're learning the value of being a hermit, right? So if you're a fire sign, you're putting all your inspiration into growing your money behind closed doors. Now, don't invite me. Y'all that cold-blooded and cold-hearted, please don't leave my name off the list. For real, leave my name off the list. I'm good, right? Because guess what? They treat everybody like that. Whoever they are, they in zombie-fied mode until it benefits them. Now all of a sudden, everybody got blood running through their veins. And it's warm blood running through their veins. But if before, they was in zombie-fied state. Until you came along, and all of a sudden, people say about how responsible you are, and oh yeah, we know this. Every time they move somewhere, their house is nice. They talk now. Now everybody talking. So, hey, look, they can keep the same energy. You've been a star. And that's not to boost anybody's ego, but you've been a star. You've been driven. You have been a driven person behind closed doors. And now that your money is growing, people want to, and now all of a sudden they're going to say that you're being better. You know, oh, I can't believe you cold blooded. You this and that. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you are not. Right? No, you are not. So y'all ready? Good. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Right? Let's get into it. Your money is about to grow. And look, open up your stores. You know, nobody has any competition. Nobody has any competition. I said a couple of years ago that everybody over 35 years old should have a YouTube channel because you can make money, you can monetize your channel. It's just consistency is key. A lot of people, they feel like they don't know the work that you put in behind closed doors, the seeds that you planted. Some of you all may like planting plants and stuff like that. They don't, and I'm looking at this card right here, y'all earth signs. They may not know that you have things that symbolizes wealth. That symbolize, wealth behind closed doors. They may not know that you're responsible as you are. You're a hardworking person. They may not know that, you know, you're a wordsmith, that you like teaching, that you like doing certain things. Your money is about to grow, I'm trying to tell you. And so when these energies get in the pinch, they go out telling everybody's deepest, darkest secrets, right? They go on to gossip behind closed doors. Oh yeah, you know, I was in a car riding with Virgo and whew, they going through it. All of a sudden, child, they your psychiatrist, they your psychologist, they your therapist. They didn't tell all your business. Oh, you know, they got a drinking problem, or, you know, they've been smoking a little bit too much. And, oh, man, I've been trying to get them off of that. Well, they higher than you are. So Source is trying to tell you, these energies right here, always known that you were a star. They've always known that you're a star. But now you are protecting your energy. You are protecting your energy. Good job, Virgos. Good job. Good job, Virgos. Y'all getting it? Don't let people keep showing you how much they keep forgetting to leave your name off the list. Don't invite. This time you don't want to be invited. And that's not because you're mad. You just aware. You woke up, right? You knew the secret. You got the secret. Don't invite you to stuff. If it take all of that, they got to make separate lists, and you on this list, somebody else on that list, somebody forgot. And if when you find out and you get to the place, because it takes a couple of times for you to realize first, you get to the event and the party is jumping, you know, because somebody, they got this, and then you run into the person that you thought was going to invite you. All of a sudden, oh my God, I knew it was somebody. I forget. I knew it was somebody. Child, listen. So Virgos, it's laughable because your money about to grow big time. Look, so here's the current energy, right? So your card appears first, Virgos, because here we are. We're talking about, you know, this journey. This is soul lessons, energetic shifts, and divine guidance unfolding in your life right now. So let's see what Spirit has for you. This is your current card, right? So your card appears first, divine synchronicity. Spirit says that you're in a phase of introspection and healing. Inner light leads you towards wisdom and renewal. And so, yeah. Here's the thing. This is how close you are to this next phase of your life. And I'm trying to tell you, you're already on the inside because you know your worth and you know your value. But this is the next phase of life. One of the things that a light came on for you is that you learned the secret is keeping people out of your business while you're in hermit mode. You are really learning how to enforce boundaries. These energies only call you to become familiar with what's going on in your life so they can be your representative and spin a narrative. That's it. They can tell all your secrets. Well, you know, they call you. They want to know what's going on in your life. They intentionally don't invite you to stuff, right? This is family, sometimes work, friends, whoever. They intentionally don't invite you to stuff. And guess what? They're your representative when they get to where they're going to. So now people looking at you strange, weird, spooky, and crazy, like you got an eyeball in the middle of your head and you don't even know what they were saying. This time, you're not answering the phone. So here we have Five of Pentacles. So feelings of lack and isolation. Five of Pentacles. Feelings of lack and isolation may surface, but Spirit reminds you separation is an illusion. Reconnect to your inner source of abundance. Come on now, Virgos. Like, what y'all doing? Like, what? These people was wasting your energy anyway, trying to make you responsible for something. Now all of a sudden you such a responsible, reliable person. And y'all know how many people had this same story in common? There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Remember, the sun illuminates the moon. Nothing new under the sun. If you've been a hermit, be proud of being a hermit. Like, you like to go into your space, and that's where your energy comes alive. This is where you really start getting meticulous. Let me start looking at, let me clean up my bills. Let me make sure I got everything, my bills being paid. Let me make sure I go through my bank statements, make sure nobody creating some kind of scam using my credit cards, making sure I'm locking my credit cards, making sure I'm looking through bank statements, and making sure I'm tidying up my home and just making my house a safe space. This is a perfect time for you to get into that energy. Especially if you're in a new space. Let's say you're in a new home or new something like that. You know what? I'm cleansing, I'm saging, I'm getting all these dark spirits that could have been in the house first. Or they could have been in the house before you were there. You're doing all these things, all these tasks in order to make your space a safe space. And guess what? You're leaving cold-hearted. I'm trying to tell y'all, some of the reason why Source excluded y'all, Source intentionally made people exclude some of y'all from some stuff so that you can start valuing being a Virgo. Y'all so happy right now. Y'all snub is spinning around. Y'all, somebody is happy. Somebody is really happy because it's starting to click for you. And so here we have past influences. You've been carrying too much responsibility. Spirit says release the burdens that don't belong to you. Come on now, Virgos. I'm trying to inspire y'all. Listen, healing begins when you lay down the weight. You were carrying a whole bunch of people's responsibility on your back. Their anger, their frustration. You trying to inspire people, trying to be the light in the room, all of this other stuff, until people realize, oh, we really like Virgo. Where's Virgo? And the very energies that brought you in now see you as competition. But guess what? They saw you as competition from the beginning. Energy vampires. They saw you as competition from the beginning, right? So now you're just now seeing something. Like I said, I take it all the way down to the lowest frequency. Let's bring it back up, right? Now that you've been enlightened about something, like I said before, yeah. You inspire some people to do some things with their hair. You inspire some people. Some of you all have tattoos. Some of them got the same tattoos you have. You inspire some people to teach. You inspired a whole lot of things just by coming through that door, enlightening people. And another star would be grateful to you for that, even if they are a hermit themselves and keeping people out of their business, because you may have been contaminated by a group of energies and they be able to pick up on it right away. Oh no, you've been hanging around them. You're gonna need a good 5 years. They're gonna be like, you need a good 5 years away from them. You need a total detox, because a person who has been in an environment where it's just been zombified and people just sucking the life out of people like zombies, something about your energy brought life back into stuff and started to. But guess what? It's like I said, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. These energies, unless they want to do a full purging, and I'm serious, y'all, unless they want to do a total purge of that toxic energy where they don't have anything negative to say about anybody, who they close out cycles in love and move on, they would have to go through a total rebirth. A total rebirth. And so Source is saying that's why some people, it's just like, nah, they rather not, just leave their name off the list. They close out the cycle in love. They're not interested in coming back. It's too triggering. They've gone through all this therapy, this psychological work on themselves, purging and all of that. And some of these same energies, they would go back around. And it's not all of them, just so we're crystal clear. But some of them, you go back around and they got the same old cold-hearted energy. Same old. And so for some of you all, it could be different levels of trauma being around some of these people. And they just, oh, we were just playing. We were just joking around. But some of y'all went through so much trauma from your childhood with some of these family members that, yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You're not even the same person anymore. You've gone through a very powerful transformation and you feel alive. People who are meeting you now are seeing the you that Source intended. You were passing on through, like seriously, spiritually, you were passing on through, but you were in a zombified state. Some of you all, when you try to believe in your dream, this is why some of this is so triggering for some people. When you were believing in your dreams, whatever your dreams are, you could have had a dream to go to law school, could be a singer, a sports agent, whoever, right? While you were believing in your dreams, these energies are so busy trying to dead your dreams, basically trying to throw water on every fire, every piece of inspiration you had. Every time you were inspired to move, to date, to get married, anything you were inspired to do, here they come with a bucket of water. Negativity. So nah, that's why some people just say, no, hey, look, keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. You can't just come back anymore. Some of your family members cannot come back anymore like they kids. Oh, we were just playing. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny then, and it wasn't funny now when they wanted to kick you and your kids out of some stuff. Or you, your kids, and your spouse out of some stuff. Hey, keep the same energy. You're not, at this time, you're not interested. You're a mutable sign, but you're not going along with that flow anymore. You don't go with that flow anymore. That don't sound like it's bitterness to me. It sounds like wisdom. That is your card. That's wisdom. You were born a star. And they know it. They can't come back with the, showing their teeth, whether they real teeth or false teeth, smiling all in your face like that commercial with them doggy dentures. They can't come in your face. They can't come to you like that no more, talking about they was just playing. Okay. You not. That's going to be your response. Okay, that's cool that you were playing, but I'm not playing. All you're going to hear is, oh man, I can't believe you don't want us to be a part of such and such and such and such. You've been feeling like this since you was 5 years old, some of y'all. They can't go back and get your inner child. Stop playing yourself. Stop playing in your own face, Virgos. Stop playing in your own face. You are loved and protected. It's a whole new you now. These energies were sizing you up to see if they could compete with you. That was it. That was it. If they could compete with you, that was it. In terms of your physical appearance, they wanted to see if they looked better than you did. In your career, they wanted to see, in every aspect of your life, they wanted to compete and compare. That's it. After a while, something gets old. Whose child looks the best? Who has a finer texture hair? Who has the thinner features? Who has the light eyes? Who has the darker eyes? Who has the thickest eyebrows? Who has the slimmest nose? Who has the fullest lips or the thinnest lips? Who has the blonde hair versus the brunette? Oh my God, that came out with light blue eyes. This one came out with dark brown eyes. Like, after a while, give it up. Give it up for real. Like, just no compassion whatsoever. And so, like I said, you have no more energy for it. So you're putting all your energy into what you love to do behind closed doors. So kudos and congratulations to you. Some of your siblings been comparing their kids to your kid. I mean, just ridiculous. You would think that you were dealing with a bunch of teenagers. So a light for you came on. You're keeping people out of your business because you're a really responsible person. When they were trying to make you responsible for everything that went wrong for them, everything that went wrong. Oh, Virgo's fault. Virgo, if you knew how many things you was responsible for, you responsible for everything, child. Look, World War III, it was Virgo's fault. Somebody's tire went flat. Oh, I know Virgo behind it. They sitting over there doing some dark magic. Anything bad, you was responsible for it. Now all of a sudden, people seeing how responsible you are. Hey, everybody has gone. A lot of people have gone through that. Today is a great day. You're responsible for everything. Oh, World War III. Yes, Virgo did it. They didn't press the button. It's them. They got the line to the president of the United States or whatever your country is, and Virgo did it. Y'all gonna start laughing at some of this craziness and giving no more energy. None. Because these people now, that they want access to your life now. And guess what? They can't bring their energy into your space. Here we have close out the cycle. That's what I keep telling y'all. Close out the cycle on love. Why are you mad? They want access to your life. Why are you mad? That's the question. That's the real question. Why are you mad? Why are you angry? Now they want access to your life. They play too much. But they need to go play with somebody else. You're trying to grow your abundance and your prosperity, and things are coming up for you like roses, whether you're a man or woman. It says a pregnant person on this card right here. But this could be you growing your business. This could be the first good night's sleep you have, because you don't hear a bunch of noise running through your house and people coming in and out of your house. Air conditioning the whole neighborhood or heating up the whole neighborhood if it's cold outside. You could be doing your hair, you growing your plants, all of this growing your abundance and prosperity, because you don't have these spirits roaming through your house like a horror show. Yeah, so you're not living a nightmare. They're not bringing nightmares into your homes, none of those things. I mean, somebody is now making room for, a little garden in your house. You're just living your life. So that's what light came on for you. That's how some people can grow their abundance and their prosperity, because you're not letting people bring the spirit of death into your house. All of a sudden you're seeing flies everywhere. The flowers that was blowing, that was grooming and growing just great, now they dead. You can't figure out why you keep getting sick. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So your well of joy is within you. Your ex-child. Somebody ex wants to return. This could be an ex-friend, ex-love interest. When I say ex, I'm not always talking about like ex-love interest. Some people's exes really do move on and have a healthier life. Y'all had a healthy relationship. Y'all time is up. They moved on, you moved on, right? So this is not everybody's ex. This could be ex-friend though. Somebody ex-friend may want back into your life, right? They trying to bust into, they just bum rushing your dreams, just showing up like they just walking into your dreams, trying to astral project, doing all kinds of stuff. And what that looks like, just so we're not, sounding like we talk about the Ghost of Mrs. Muir, that TV show that was on. What that looks like is you remembering them. Something could have triggered a memory of them, right? That you had a dream about them. But see, people are now starting to see they are left out of your life because for them, everything is a transaction. Literally everything is a transaction. They try to project that onto you. Basically telling you that people was scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, just doing all kinds of stuff like, oh, well, we don't connect with those types of people and all this crazy mess. Like everybody is not created by the same creator. I mean, just this energy now feels left out of your life. They feel left out because people have been exposing them. Here you are, you happy as a lark behind closed doors. You growing your money, you growing your business. Some of y'all are at home with just like, cleaning up stuff. You're just in a great space. Your gifts have increased. Yeah, because you don't have the spirit of death in your house. People coming in there, looking you all up and down, competing, comparing, your hair longer than their hair, or your haircut, that haircut looks better on you than it does on them. If you're a guy, you got your haircut short or whatever the case may be. Oh, that would look better on me. They not comparing. They looking at you out the side of their eye. Message from your ancestors, child. Your gifts have increased, and so is your money about to increase. There are signs all around you. So your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Somebody had a copycat spirit amongst them, and it was just overwhelming. Because you couldn't figure out for the life of you why stuff was ending around you. You couldn't understand why your money was starting to lower. You couldn't understand why you just felt this drab. It's like this dark cloud. You just could not figure out for the life of you. And that's exactly what that energy wanted you to do. Anytime you had any kind of like, when y'all riding in a car with this energy, you would think, okay, we're connecting, because Empress card connects us with, you could have been talking about how you carry people's emotions on your back, and you're being a very compassionate person and stuff like that. Anytime you even sounded like you were depressed, that's something that they hop on. When you may not be depressed, you could just be showing some compassion towards another human being. They can't wait to hop on that and tell everybody else, well, I was concerned about you because I'm concerned with your mental health. It's the same old. Same thing they was doing to somebody else is what they were doing to you. So you as competition from day one. Let go and let God. You're just now waking up. You have the gift of clairaudience. This is clear listening, right? And so your enemy's playing backfire. Yeah, they're playing backfire. Take your time to decide. But yeah, when you're around people like that and people know them, they're like, it's going to take you a couple of years to detox spiritually. So somebody apologizes for hurting you. It's all becoming clear to you now. All becoming clear to you now. Yep. So trust your first mind. You knew something was up. Yeah, you are who they prayed for. So somebody secretly has a crush on you. It could be these energies you was riding in the car with could secretly have a crush on you. Want to be in your presence, but still see you as competition. Those are not the people that you want to be friends with, in a romantic relationship with, whether you're a man or woman. Nah. They saw you as competition from day one. You're dealing with an earth sign and you're dealing with a fire sign that you used to talk to, who secretly has a crush on you, but they have a whole lot of secrets. I didn't know everybody else's past because people opened up and trusted them. But guess what? Death card, people stopped talking to them too. These are people that you would have been in a car with. They showing you pictures of people. See, we were friends. We used to be friends, and now they but they got everybody's dirt on them. Oh, this person, they this and that. That's when you should have said, okay, let me out right here. When as soon as you got to your destination, block everybody. Somebody is starting to learn when people got the scoop on everybody, right? Oh, you got all this information. Do y'all talk? Yeah. Oh nah, we fell out. I wonder why. I wonder why. Somebody's a Drew. They're malevolent. They're kind of a malevolent, nocturnal spirit associated with nightmares. Yeah. You have the gift of claircognizance. This is psychic knowledge about other people. Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is with you. Yeah. So yeah, you've been a star. You've been a star your whole life, and I'm telling you, other stars will recognize that. They wouldn't see you as competition at all. They wouldn't care if you made more money, had a bigger house, a nicer car. They would just be genuinely happy for you, for you, just that you shine, that you answer the call, because it benefits everybody when people answer the call on it. It literally benefits the whole planet, especially if you're keeping it high vibrational, right? You're not being around people that's contaminating you, showing pictures of this person, name dropping. Yeah, we used to be friends, but yeah, we fell out, or they did something, or they was having mental problems. How would somebody know that somebody had mental problems? Are they their doctor? Or just like they do in the spiritual realm and overstep boundaries, are they overstepping boundaries in their profession? How would they know? Today is a great day for you. So inner child, there you go. Give your inner child some love. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to his deepest needs and feelings. You were dealing with some energies that was mirroring compassion. But see, if you got somebody else's side of the story, the one that they said, the one that they said, oh yeah, I don't talk to them anymore, we're not friends, something's mentally off with them, they wrong. But if you got somebody else's side of the story, they would tell you where they was mirroring compassion, and they would say it to their in their face. You don't have no compassion, none. Everything for you is a transaction. That's the real reason why some things ended. Everything for them is a transaction. That's it. Y'all know, like some of them family members, unless it's going to benefit them, they ain't invite you to anything. And I'm not being negative. This is a lot of people's reality. They're not going to invite you to anything unless they can say they brought you into something and they can show you off like you a new shiny penny, until somebody starts asking more about you than asking about them. Then all of a sudden, they got the scoop in the dirt on you. Remove yourself from the equation. You're moving on. Somebody is now moving on. Somebody is finally moving on because they now realize you didn't feel nurtured with them. Yeah, you didn't feel nurtured with them at all. We're talking about the number 6. So you made the connection. You finally made the connection to end something and how to end it and balance yourself out. Yeah. A person who is a star wouldn't, I'm telling y'all, everybody is a star. Everybody has an 11th house. Everybody has an 11th house. And that's your friendships and your alliances. Everybody has an 11th house. And so you want to find out what your zodiac sign is in your 11th house. Aquarius rules 11th house. You all rule 6th house. And here we had 4. Cancers rule 4th house. Everybody has once you realize what your sign was in your 10th house, that's when you realize that these energies had already moved on, because that's when you realize a whole lot of things. A light came on for you that, guess what? They making you responsible for everything that happened. So if y'all were a couple or y'all were friends or whatever, if y'all was late to an event or they were late to something, guess who was to blame? You. You could have been nowhere around. They could have tripped over air in their house, and guess what? You did it. It's always your fault. It's always your fault. Oh, I thought y'all knew. It's always your fault. You did it. But anything having to do with giving you a compliment, like thank you, they could have been grieving, or, somebody could have been grieving and you helped somebody or whatever the case may be. A star would say thank you. They would say thank you. I really appreciate that. Unless you're connected to very toxic energies and it came out as arrogance, like, oh, if it wasn't for me, such and such and such, if it came out like that, star be like, okay, come on now. Everybody's a star, like, stop it. 844. So feel secure in the divine. So your angels want you to feel secure and safe in their watchful presence. You've been given an abundance of blessings recently. So see these blessings and count them. And as you do, say a prayer to the angels for gifting them to you. No blessing is too small to count. These energies who saw you as competition the moment that you walk through the door is always trying to tell you that somebody else saw you as competition. It's usually somebody you've never met, somebody that they've been plotting and planning on putting you up against in some way, shape, or fashion, when you really saw it was them. And you really saw them when you start leaving them out of your life. I mean, when they weren't familiar with what's going on in your life, all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. So you are who they pray for. Whoever this energy is, you who they pray for, because people see you as being very responsible. People seeing you as being, protective of energy. They see you as valuable. They see you as very, very valuable. That even is, for instance, even if you are a a bonus parent, right? If somebody feels like they have to spend some time with you to find out if you're a bonus parent, to see how things have grown. But if I'm telling you, some people, somebody is learning. Here we have divine source, right? Divine source. So help me know that all of my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. You are my source for all. Some people are just messy. Those are the people you need to keep out of your vault door. They're just messy. They love to keep some kind of chaos and confusion. That's the only time they pay attention. They pay attention to stuff when it's messy, chaotic, and confusing. But if it's something that's taking the shine off of them, child, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. You gotta just pray for these energies. That's how you're getting focused. You were dealing with two dark emperor energies. It's their way or the highway. And as soon as you got structured and as soon as you got focused and you start, another easy way too is start complimenting the same people they're talking negatively about. You'll find out right then and there. They be hot fish grease mad. What? Oh, but do you know this about them? Do you know that about them? Y'all are learning. Somebody is learning. Let you start complimenting somebody they have an issue with because you're showing any kind of compassion or fairness. Oh, they hit the roof. They will hit the roof. So, reconciliation. Some kind of reconciliation is happening here. Because they was faking compassion with you. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Virgos, like I said, get ready for your abundance and prosperity to grow. Whatever you've been praying for to be in a relationship that actually inspires and motivates you, whether it's a platonic friend, whether it's a romantic situation, whatever. Your structure, somebody else is very structured. It's a safe space. In that relationship with somebody, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It could literally just be a friendship. It could be you reconnecting with a sibling that realizes, hey, yep, we got a whole lot in common. Like, for real, these people, they bugging. Something is going on with these people. Like, but it's always a root to something. It's always a root. Somebody in that somebody in that group that's sitting in there, and it can even be another Virgo for real. If it's a dark Virgo, you'll start seeing, okay, I can't believe we both Virgos, and this Virgo is they the complete and total opposite. They could literally be sitting and nitpicking everybody, complaining about everything. No matter how much you do for them, it's never good enough. It's always something. You can compliment them on how good they look, how nice their haircut is, how nice their haircut is styled, or whatever the case may be. It's always some kind of gaslighting or guilt trip going on. So it's just saying to you, listen, you say to yourself, don't invite me. That's what you're saying. You're saying, don't invite me. You're not even asking at this point who all is going to be over there. You just flat out saying, don't invite me. I do not want to be contaminated. I don't want to come out. I don't want to come back home feeling like I need to scrub a dub my skin because I've been just absorbed all of these people's demons. And that's not being negative. That has been a lot of people's reality. So again, at a high frequency, you're closing out cycles in love. You're actually glad that you are a Virgo. You're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I'm a Virgo. I love being in the house. I'm about to grow my money. I'm about to grow my abundance and prosperity. I can get a chance to really get into being your own auditor of your finances. It's a lot of wonderful things that you do that people come alive behind closed doors. They really find that's their safe space. But being around a bunch of people that's constantly competing and comparing with you doesn't feel safe for anybody. It doesn't feel safe for anybody, you know, unless you love drama. So the Death card came out, right? This is your Wheel of Fortune. You're about to make a fortune. And here we have the transformation is here. And Spirit says endings are sacred. The old self dissolves so that your higher self could emerge in full radiance. I'm telling you, you're about to align with somebody. Y'all going to make some money together for real. And so here's the outcome. Healing and clarity arrive. So Spirit confirms your energy is being restored. Your faith in life and in yourself is reborn. I'm trying to tell you. Another star would not see you as competition. It's like the stars are aligning. They're like, oh man, you about to make some connections with some energies. I'm telling you, your heart chakra, you about to make some connections with some energy. And they took almost the identical path as yours. Heart chakra deals with the significance of love and be loved, right? But you would rather hug yourself than get some hugs from some of these people that you work with, or some of the hugs from the people in your own family. Because I'm telling y'all, yep. You've learned how to see some things from a higher frequency at this point. So this week is going to cause you to heal through stillness, release what no longer resonates, and embrace your divine path. And so you are stepping into higher clarity, Virgos, purpose, and renewal. And so you're trusting what falls away is clearing the way for your purest light to shine. I love it. This is amazing. I'm telling y'all, something really got you focused. Something really, really got you focused and getting you structured and authority. But that's what happens with a lot of people. A lot of people, you got the same story as a lot of people who recognize their star. You just realized you were born a star. Something about you has always stood out. And so you're not competing with these people. That would be low vibrational, to be intentionally competing with people to a point where you look like you're desensitized to their pain and have no compassion. That will put you in zombified state. But the fact that you do have compassion for people, you're protecting your energy from people who are insensitive, right? You're protecting your energy. You're leaving them out of your life. You're saying, listen, I'm praying for y'all, but So somebody is now moving on. Somebody is now finally moving on. They've realized it's really the end. It really is the end, right? So, yep, that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. But again, happy full moon. Don't forget to put your items out in the moonlight so that they can supercharge. We have a super moon. It's a super you. Super full you. You're fully illuminated, and it's a super you. So this is good. This is really, really, really good. So, but these energies, they went after you with violently went after you, attacking you. It's actually really sad. They literally went after you like the energy of a slave catcher, which is worse than a slave master. It's like somebody gave them some kind of order. Their demons within they were enslaved to their demons within, right? And so somebody says, oh no, I'm going after them with everything I have. Not realizing that their demons were keeping them enslaved in their way of thinking. It was keeping them enslaved in their way of thinking. And so they had to come after you with everything they had. And I'm talking about laser focus. They got couples coming after you. One succumbed to passive and powerless behavior. The other one egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. They like, we ride at dawn. We coming after Virgo. Horses galloping. I mean, yee-hi, all this going on. So it's like, you're safe. You're safe. That's what I have for you, Virgos. But again, like I said, they were enslaved. That's what I'm talking about. They had that same, it caused them to act like the character Stephen in the movie Django. It was their inner demons were enslaving them. I'm telling y'all, that's what it was. And so when they came out, they came after you with everything they had, just because they weren't familiar with what's going on behind closed doors in your life. After you being the star in their life, and they can brag and tell everybody about you. So you're secure. Bye.